So last week, from Monday all the way to Friday, we have a minor pullback. So this is a minor pullback, and on Friday, there is a demand tail plus the rejection tail. So basically, it's like a long leg doji, both the supply and also the demand presence, and it's quite important to take note of the structure. So in terms of the structure, we talk about this change of character bar, the pickup of the volatility with increasing of the supply, and also the supply absorption despite the consistent volume. However, what's the results? The results is just a very shallow type of the pullback and forming a higher low. So next will be the recent pullback, the pullback from last week. So despite hitting the all-time high here with relatively low volume due to the seasonality, the end of year, New Year, Christmas rally, and we still have this profit taking. But where did it stop? So it actually stopped right at this previous supply absorption zone. So 6900 is the first level of the defense, and also that is actually the gap shown up right here. So tested the gap and came with a demand tail, and yesterday just show a confirmation. So this is a just like a bullish kickoff. So we get a demand tail, tested the gap at about 6900, and next will be this confirmation bar yesterday. So right now it seems to me like this is building up a right handle. So this pullback has all the rights to come all the way back to about 6800 without really violating the structure, the bullish structure, because previously we have a supply absorption right here, means that there is a lot of the supply being absorbed by the buyers. So the buyers actually jump in right at this zone. So despite a consistent volume, we did not see a big retracement. At least this is quite a shallow type of a retracement, and subsequently tested 6800 as the minor support zone or minor support level, and followed by a rally jump straight up here. Okay, so this is quite a strong rally from this supply absorption, because all the supply is being absorbed, so it doesn't really take a lot of the effort for the S&P 500 to push it to the all-time high level, break out to the previous high. And subsequently, last week we do get a pullback, a minor pullback that's just stopped at about 6900. That's where we have the previous supply absorption zone, and also this gap support zone, and followed by a confirmation yesterday. So right now it is likely going to build up the right handle. Okay, pull back, build up the right handle before it charge up to the next target. So next support level, next meaningful support level will be around 6800, because even if it pull all the way back to 6800, it doesn't really violate the bullish structure. In fact, it could still bounce up from here and making a prolonged trading range before it move out from this accumulation structure. So right now, this seems to me like the accumulation structure is almost ready. So first, we have a change of character, increasing of the supply right here. Second, increasing of the volatility, increasing of the supply. And third, that is a supply absorption, and followed by breakout higher high. And next will be a test, okay, or a backup action. Overall supply has been decreasing despite the localized increase of the supply level, but compared to the supply in the past, this is still mediocre. This is still not threatening at all. So right now, it's likely going to move out from here and to build up the right handle before it break out to the previous high and then move to the next target 7,000, 7,100. Okay, so this is quite a bullish structure, and short-term swing is likely going to move up and to test the previous there's a previous structure. Okay, so that is just swing high level, swing high right here, and this is the immediate swing direction that I'm expecting. So in terms of the medium term, here is the trading range. Okay, so here's the trading range, but it's a accumulation bias, and is likely going to see the completion of this accumulation structure, and with a build up of the right handle, and then followed by a breakout. So the long term trend, of course, this is just a uptrend consolidation with accumulation bias, and followed by building up the right handle before it move out and break out to the next level. Okay, so this is the S&P 500 in short. So next one, let's just check out the Nasdaq. So Nasdaq 100 is consolidating despite having this sort of the triangle or the apex formation. This structure is not as bullish as the S&P 500 because we already noticed the S&P 500 breakout to the all-time high level already, but the Nasdaq 100 is still within this coiling structure. However, overall supply level has been decreasing, and that is looking like pending a breakout, and before it move up and challenge the previous high and also go beyond as well. So looking bullish, and it's worth to note that since the change of character bar and also increasing of the volatility with increasing of the supply, subsequent reaction, for example, this is just like a decreasing of the supply and also contraction of the volatility as well. So this is quite a example, classical example of the contraction of the volatility from 1 to 2 and to 3. So looking bullish. So especially if you look at the semicon, Lam Research, Taiwan Semiconductor, TSM, and even Google is coiling. So I think majority of the big tech heavyweight stocks are pending a move to the upside. So looking bullish for Nasdaq 100.